Okay. Hi, my name is Laura Clark, and I'm the Creekview PTO president, and welcome to our first live broadcast of our PTO meeting. This is new for all of us, so you might hear some giggles and things like that, but I hope you're able to follow us, and if not, you should be able to watch it after it's done. But we will go ahead and get started. Did everybody sign in and get an agenda, all that fun stuff? We'll go ahead and start with the committee updates. For those of you who don't know, we have started committees this year to hopefully encourage more parent involvement as a way for parents who might be a little overwhelmed, might not want to take on a board position, but they do want to help. So we've kind of highlighted the areas we really need help. I sent it out to the directory a week ago, maybe a little bit more than that, and we've gotten some people sign up on it, so that's really encouraging. We've posted it on our Facebook also, and I have them here, so if anybody hasn't had the opportunity to sign up and you want to take a look at them, go ahead. And they are online on our Facebook page too, if you're interested in taking a look at those. Anybody have any questions about the committees? Also, if you are a committee chair, board members, if you will kind of take a look at that Google Doc, I will update it again, but the nice thing about it being a live document is as soon as it's updated, you can see it. So take a look and start contacting the people who've signed up to be on your committee if you haven't already. I'll give a brief Boosterthon update. Laura's going to go into more details about that later, but Boosterthon again was a huge success, and we met our goal. It's exciting, and now we are hitting the collections. We've got most of it done, but we do still need a little bit more. Last meeting, Ms. Posser brought up looking for parents to help make copies. We're still trying to work on that, how might be the best way to go about getting parents who could volunteer to do that. I know there are currently, I believe, 3 parents who are coming up and who've been trained. So again, I'm not sure if we should make a committee maybe for people to sign up to say who could help. And
there's no life document. I mean, I know that I don't know how many have been helping or what the schedule is or how it's been working, but I know that it's already made a huge difference for whoever is doing it on our grade level.
Okay.
We plan, as a team, we plan on Wednesdays. So usually most of the stuff will be for the following week to be copied by Thursday. And so that's what we've kind of been trying to put it in at least a week or so ahead of time. Okay. And it's just, it's like magically appeared. And
good. I know Mary Jane said she's got 3 parents that are trained on it, and I haven't gotten to get with her to ask her, okay, what are their schedules? When do they come up? But yeah, I mean, I guess if we could get, maybe even just a couple more.
Who's the best contact if people are interested in helping?
Well, is it Mary Jane who's been setting it up? That's kind of what I was thinking, Mary Jane or Becky. I sent Mary Jane an email, and she was able to get right back with me and tell me exactly who and all that. But so we're still kind of working on that and trying to get more. And if y'all have ideas, let me know. I've briefly mentioned this before, but we are going to start a new little program, another way to it's similar to a profit share. It's called School Store. It is basically what I understand it to be. We'll send something home, I think, starting on Monday, where it's a website that has links to all the stores that we already shop, like Best Buy, Target, things like that. And if you get parents and family members to just go to this website, there's a whole flyer that will come home about it. And you shop at whatever store you want to shop at online, but you just click on it through this website, then we get a portion of the profits, and it doesn't cost anybody anything. It's just another opportunity to give back to the school by going through this link. So we've gotten everything for it, but we've been waiting on the bulk of Boosterthon to be complete before we send more stuff home. So I think we're going to try to get it in boxes to go home on Monday. more opportunity for prizes and stuff like that, but we're just gonna really just try to keep it simple. And like I said, this is a new program, so we might have some kinks to work out and things like that. It seems pretty simple, but I guess we'll see when we really get into it. The other thing I wanted to bring up that Carlos mentioned before, that the school y'all were at before has done it, and then another parent has brought it up, but it's the Watchdog program.
So the one that we did at our other school wasn't exactly the Watchdog. It was, I think, a more toned down version of it. It was more of a dad's group that was just encouraging a strong male presence on campus and just having a positive male role models around the school. So they would help with like the crosswalk in the morning, and they'd help with, getting kids in and out of the cars. And they were kind of a supplement to the PTO, and they would do their own little fundraiser. So I think they did a barbecue dinner, and then they did their own daddy-daughter dance, and that was their little deal. But that was, I've heard different programs, and I know I've spoken to you about Watchdog, which is a little bit more elaborate, but I think you can do it however you want.
Yeah.
But it's a nice to see.
Yeah, and it's a way to encourage more involvement with dads, and a way to get an additional way to get them involved. With everything, all the craziness at the beginning of the year and boosters on and all that, we haven't had a chance to really dive into it. But I think Mr. Duran and I talked to, we were open to seeing what y'all thought about it and maybe implementing parts of it. The program seems to be a little bit more involved in the way you mentioned it, and we were going to talk also with this staff who brought it up and get his take, which we haven't had the opportunity to do that yet.
He's actually will be on his way in a minute.
Oh,
he's running behind.
Oh, perfect. Okay, Frank
He's
Cannon.
a good. Oh no, not even another dad. Oh,
Mr. Oh, okay, it is Mr. Okay.
Yeah, James Searles.
James.
Okay.
So James and I have talked about it. I'm definitely in. So whatever we
Okay.
need to do to help with that. So.
Okay, awesome.
I told my husband about it. He was into stuff.
Yeah.
I know my husband would be interested also. Okay, well, that's exciting.
So he'll be here in a little bit.
Okay,
He's sitting in
okay,
front of
good.
you.
And I haven't had the opportunity to reach out to him yet and kind of meet with him, but that's great. And so maybe we'll kind of start another committee and start seeing how we might want to get something like that started. So, okay, well, that's exciting. I think it's, hi, another way to just get parents involved and help out. Citywide update, the citywide PTO, we met a couple weeks ago, and kind of the big thing that I wanted to share is the new intermediate school, Pecan Trails, will be opening in the fall of 2017. I'm not sure, since my kids are still young in the elementary age, I haven't even paid attention to all the new attendance zones. So I have no idea if any kids from Creekview will be going there, but I mean, obviously if you moved, but they will begin looking for PTO board members this upcoming spring. So if you think your child might be going to the new intermediate school and you're interested in getting involved on their PTO, they will be starting that process. The calendar of events, I have slowly been updating it as we get more events like spirit nights and things like that on the calendar and the staff appreciation. I think we've got it pretty much for the rest of the year. So I think I'm going to upload it as a Google Doc onto our Creekview PTO Gmail account. And then probably next time we send out a newsletter, include that link so that parents can also kind of see what's going on the rest of the year. And it will be a live document, so we can update it or change things as they come about. Our next PTO meeting will be Thursday, November 17th at 11:30 a.m. It will be another lunch meeting. We will try to live stream it again, and hopefully I think we'll be able to get the links out now that we have a channel. Is that correct, Mr. Duran? We have a channel, so you should be able to do that. So if you're not able to make it, we're excited about this new live streaming and how it can maybe increase our parent involvement and help more parents be in the know about what's going on. We will not have a meeting in December. As everyone knows, there's tons going on in December, and it's a short month at school, so there won't be a meeting then. So our next meeting after November will be in January, and we will try an evening one again in January. It'll be, I think, the third Thursday. I don't have the date here. That's all I have right now, so I will now pass it on to Mr. Duran.
All right. Welcome to everyone. It's good to see a lot of faces. We seem to be growing in numbers each time we have a meeting, and that's, I think, only a plus for our school, so thank you all for attending. We have officially hit the busy time of the school year, starting with parent conferences last week. I'm like talking into the camera now. Starting with parent conferences last week, and then this week we had a great opportunity for our grade levels where we had some extended planning. And when we started looking at all the calendars at each grade level, it's pretty packed from here all the way through winter break with field trips and Golden Gators and astronaut camp in second grade. So we have quite a bit going on that we're excited about, but it just means it's that time of year now officially where things are going to be seeming like they're going 1,000 miles an hour here at school and probably at home as well. So just be forewarned that when the kids come home and they're tired or they're talking to you about the 1,000 things that are happening at school, it's true. There really is 1,000 things happening at school. Like I said, we had some extended planning this week. We also have started our first round of math benchmarks in second, third, and fourth grades with second grade today, starting their testing. It's a great opportunity for us to see how the students are progressing in the curriculum. And it's nothing more than that, just an opportunity to get some data on the students. You mentioned earlier about the rezoning, and we don't have too many families affected, although I would point out that the students that join us from Southgate have been rezoned, not from our school, but from Cypress Grove to Pecan Trail. So their track would be us, then Pecan Trail, and then the new middle school, which will be down south as well. And then they'll go to College Station High School as well. So we do have some families affected, but the families that are at Southgate are the ones that are affected there. We'll be doing a rezoning this time next year for elementary school number 10, which will be coming online 2 years from now. Don't even know where that one's going to be just yet. It could change between now and then. I hear lots of different rumors, but that's all they are is rumors, so I wouldn't really pay much attention to it just yet, but know that there will be some rezoning occurring. I don't know if that will affect us or not. Having been part of a rezoning committee at the elementary level, it is much more lower key than it is at the upper grade levels, and I'm thankful for that. Booster-thon,
well, if they're here and they have one more grade left, will they let them stay that?
typically the grandfathering is if they're in third grade going into fourth grade, they'll allow them to stay provided they provide their own transportation. And I love this story because when we opened up, and then the next school, which was Greens Prairie, opened up after us, they also had, if a student had been rezoned twice, they could stay at the same school that last time as well, because we had a small pocket of kids that had been rezoned from Forest Ridge to us, and then from us to Greens Prairie. So we actually had one student who stayed with us on that particular track for 2 years. So Booster-thon was a great success. The weather actually held out pretty nicely for us. We had some rain the night before, but the track wasn't too bad. Had a lot of parent support out there marking laps and just cheering the kids on. The kids had a great day. They probably slept very well that night. I know I did. Thank goodness for icy hot, or I probably wouldn't be walking. You know, the amount of money we brought in, considering that right now we are actually standing at about 30 students less than last year at this time, to be bringing in, if not the same amount of money, but more than last year, is a testament to the support that we receive from our community. We'll put good use to that money at some point, but we thank you well in advance for that. And then, like I said, the calendar is so full, just keep checking it online. The big thing coming up after Halloween. Oh, Halloween, it's a Monday this year. Yay. We do have our kindergarten character parade that will occur that morning. First grade will be dressing up, not parading around, and no other grade levels will be dressing up. It is not one of our quote-unquote free party days, so if you're sending candy, know that it's not going to be passed out in class. It may go home with the kids, but I would even encourage that because they're going to get plenty of candy that night anyway. So it's as normal a day as we can make it around here because it's a Friday or a Monday. We still have 4 more days in the week. Grandparents' Day will be that Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
And Red Ribbon Week's the week before.
Or Red Ribbon Week is next week. I'm checking on the date on Grandparents' Day.
22nd.
Thank you. 22nd is Grandparents' Day. If you're new to us or you're just now joining us in kindergarten, this is a day where we invite, this doesn't just have to be grandparents. Anybody can come into the campus. We have a big meal where we had 1 year, we had over 900 visitors join us for that day. Some grade levels have things going on in the classrooms. We'll have our book fair going on. Our fall book fair will be going on at that time as well. So a really busy but fun day for the students and the staff, leading us into the Thanksgiving holidays. Then we've got 3 weeks, and then basically it'll be winter break after that. The next thing you know, most of these kids will be ready for the next grade level, which is kind of scary. But like I said, busy time of year. Thankful for all the support we get from you folks, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay. And on book fair, which we'll talk more about that later, but there will be sign-ups sent out for volunteers for book fair Grandparents' Day. That's a big day that we need lots of volunteers. We'll go ahead and move into individual reports. Haley?
I usually take care of Facebook, so if there's anything you want to share, whether it's something public that everyone wants to, if it's an event or something you'd like to share through the school, we can do it. And that's about it.
Okay.
Still taking notes, all good.
Elizabeth, our treasurer, is not here, but everything's going well there. She's busy taking money from Boosterthon and then writing checks, so everything's good there. Box tops, Brenda. There you are. I was like, I thought I saw you walk in.
Yes, we just ended our first contest and I counted about 5,250 box tops. So we had about $525 and our 2 teachers that won were McEwen and Wester. So they voted to have it on Halloween, so we'll be able to keep that right after end of day.
Oh, perfect.
And the next one ends.
And the next one, I think I'll do in January. I was gonna do December, but probably January.
If you weren't able to hear, because I'm not sure how well the microphone works, and Brenda's on the other side of the room, but she said we had over 5,000 box tops donated, which will bring us over $500. So that's really awesome, especially for the first collection of the year. McEwen and Wester were the classes who won, and so they will get pizza parties, correct? Mm-hmm. Pizza parties, and they chose to do those on Halloween. So I guess they figured just get all the craziness out in one day. And the next box top competition will end in January sometime, but more information will be sent home about that later.
Before we move off box
Yes.
tops, we posted on the PTO website, there's a new app for box tops. And I don't know if y'all tried it, but we can also try to post it again. It's really, you could basically take a picture of your receipt and get credit for box tops. So it's pretty easy to use once you figure it out.
So if I go to HEB and get 100 things.
They have in the app you pick, they have their offers in there, like you can get 2 box tops for Go-Gurt, which we're always buying. So you select it and then you take a picture of your receipt and submit, and they'll process it usually within a day and just post 20 cents to our account. And I think some parents are using it. I don't know how many. We've probably made about $8.
Yeah.
And I think that's
$8
also
is
in
$8.
addition to the box top that already comes on the box. So
Yeah.
if we get 20 cents there and then you still send in the little box top, so then we're getting 30 cents on a box top instead of just 10.
It
So
really adds up. I mean, sometimes they'll have big ones for like 15.
well, we have another newsletter that we'll send out in November, so we'll add that to the newsletter. But it has been posted on our Facebook page, so if you kind of scroll through what we posted there, you should be able to find it.
And if you've ever heard me say it, I say it 1,000 times, box tops is probably the most cost-effective, may not be the right term, but in terms of the amount of money that we get and the amount of labor it takes to get it, the cost-benefit ratio is very high. It's one of the easiest ways for us to make money. We make at least $1,000 a year.
I think it's
just
usually over 2,000.
from box tops alone. So, great way to support.
Jenny, is Jenny here? Vips. Okay, Jenny is our VIPS coordinator, and she's the one who helps us send out those Sign Up Genius emails that, where you have the opportunity to sign up whenever we need volunteers. So she takes care of that for us, and you'll be hearing from her soon with all the things we have coming up. Jen, Spirit Night?
Yes, we have our next Spirit Night coming up on Monday, the 24th. It's a Make Teacher Night. And I've been informed that there will be a form up or a sign up going around for the teachers, so they know about that. It's one of the better ones that we get because McDonald's donates a percentage of everybody. You don't have to turn in a flyer. It's just from 5 to 8. Anybody that comes in, at the end of the night, they just write us a check for that. We also have the teachers that go around. They sell the pies, the apple pies, for $1. We get 50 cents out of every one of those dollars. And then we also have a bike raffle. McDonald's donates a bike, a girl's bike, and Walmart just donated a boy's bike. And we sell those for $1 each. And at the end of the night, we draw those. So it's a really good one. So, and then the other one, we have Chick-fil-A in November. In December, we have double days as well as the philanthropy, and the 4th graders are
So today, actually, the social studies classes started working in groups, and each group is creating a pizza. And then they're going to kind of do a primary in their own classes to narrow it down to one. And then, so by the end of the week, I think, or soon, they are going to turn in one pizza from each partner teacher. So like Coster Wester will have one, Bosque, Petronella, and Hodak, Englehart. And then the school on election day will vote for which one will be the Creekview pizza.
Okay. And then that pizza will be available to order the entire month of December at double days, and we will.
They're $10 and we get $5.
Yeah, so they cost $10, and then every time it's ordered, we get $5. So it's a great return.
It's really good since, there's one of our party days in December.
Exactly. And we've been doing well. In October, the Spirit Night, we had Pino's. We had 2. We had Pino's Palais. That was a painting one, and we got almost $200 from that one, so that was great. And then we'll have the McTeacher Night next week. Booster-thon, Laura?
So, as has been said, it was a good year, successful booster-thon we had. Our profit thus far that we have collected is $24,644. We're sitting right at between 89 and 90% of the money that's been pledged has been collected. So, and I just want to point out that we will always take money. Just because there's been 2 days does not mean it's over. We will continue to take money as long as you want to.
Yeah.
So, and then that's what we have. We have 4,775 outstanding right now. So we're still collecting. We're still sending out letters for those that have due. So we're hoping to get. Booster-thon would like us to collect about 95% of what's pledged. So that's what we're shooting for. Of course, 100% would be great. But.
Yeah, 100% would be awesome. And we'll send out another round of those. We'll do another count on Friday, right?
Tomorrow.
Is that our? Oh, yeah, that is tomorrow. And we'll send another round of collection letters. So sometimes we feel like collectors.
I did send out an email blast last night.
Oh, yes.
People,
Yeah.
including myself, if I'm being accountable, including myself. But our pledges are now in, so I'm at 100%. We, like I said, we appreciate all of the help you guys give us.
And I also just want to give a big round of applause and thank you to Laura, who pulled it off. She did awesome. She was on top of everything, and just couldn't have done it without you. So
And I had a lot of
you.
help too. A lot of the board helped, and then there were so many, the day of the fun run that you were definitely all appreciated.
And the color run was a big success.
Oh,
So much
that's
fun.
right.
Yeah,
Was that? Yeah, did
they
they
had
love
a
that?
blast. They really did.
Good.
It was so funny because we didn't know how it was going to work, and so they had the 2 tracks, and since 4th graders only went out there, there was like one of the tracks was for those that wanted color, and one was for those who didn't. So I think there were like 2 kids on the other lap. And literally 2 kids.
A good option. Did they jump track?
I don't know, there's some with asthma, they can't have
Oh,
color.
that's right.
thrown
The
in.
color and then
Yeah.
but they would just have a lap or 2 every once in a while that was a color lap.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like they would just go to the table and stand there and wait for the color to be thrown on them. But
That's fun.
they really did.
Well, and we've also met all of our goals, so we've thrown slimed on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
for
27th.
Second grade.
So
graders.
right after the morning
Oh,
performance for the second graders is when they'll slime me. Kindergarten will be on a field trip that day, so I'm probably going to have to get slimed twice to allow for kindergarten to see it as well. It's the price you pay. So,
And then we got.
pajama day, I
Pajama
think,
day.
yes, I'm fairly certain we're gonna go with November 1st for
Okay.
pajama day. To allow the kids to just roll right out of bed and come to school after Halloween. And
That is perfect. Oh my
And
goodness.
teachers as well.
Yay, okay. Student recognition, Diana, there you are, sorry.
So the dates are actually going to be the 26th and 28th, not the 27th. And first and second will be in the morning. Kinder is going to be different. It'll be at 2 now. And then the 28th will be third and fourth in the morning at 9 and 10. 9 or 9:15, Mr. Torrance?
I'll check.
Okay. So if I can get, and I'll send out an email also, but someone to be the gator for each, all of them, all 5, is that 5? Yeah, all 5 of them.
And it doesn't have to be the same person.
Right, and you're
for all
only in
5,
it for
but-
probably like 15 minutes.
Mhm. Yeah, you come in
It's-
at the end and
Mhm.
pose for pictures with the kids who got awards.
So it's pretty short, but it's
I know.
to be in the
Looking at the
costume.
dads
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
room.
Yeah, I know.
That costume doesn't fit.
Have you tried
Believe
it?
me, it does.
I'm going to the gym.
I've met some very tall people in that costume.
So if your husband is interested, great. We need gators. And then actually for the is kinder and first grade field trip Thursday or Friday? I thought it was Friday the 28th.
It's the same day as
First
the
grade is Friday,
ceremony.
kinder is
Oh, kinder.
Thursday.
Okay. So the 28th, if I can have somebody cover the pictures as well, because I will be on the first grade field trip. So if you are interested, if you want to find or shoot me an email. But for third and fourth, that would be wonderful.
Do you want to sign up on the bid sign up? Through Debbie?
Sure. Let me contact the committee people first, and then that's a great idea, Carla. Thank you.
And so the way that those work, to refresh everyone's memory, every 9 weeks now, we'll have award ceremonies for each of the grade levels where I think we said 3 students this year are recognized for behavior, academics, a combination of just about everything. And then every student is allowed to celebrate something that might have happened in those 9 weeks. As far as what the Gator is there for, Gator's there to take pictures with. The way that we formatted it last year seemed to work very well, and that the Gator did not come in until the very end to take the group picture and individual pictures as well. So 15 minutes at the most. I'm not gonna lie, it gets pretty warm in the costume, but like I said, 15 minutes tops. You will, if you have the costume on, you're still going to smile for every picture just because it's habit, even though they're not actually seeing you smile. But it's a lot of fun for the kids. And then, there are a lot of kids that just come and say hi to the Gator, even though they haven't gotten an award that 9 weeks. And then we take the group pictures and post them in the hallway by the cafeteria each 9 weeks. So it's a great way to recognize students.
Staff appreciation, Carla, Kristen.
Okay, so yesterday actually, we did K-Cups and kolaches, not donuts. We had kolache Ross, they gave us a discount, an 8% discount on the kolaches.
Every little bit helps.
Every little bit helps. So we did that yesterday, it went really well. We got some good feedback from the teachers, so that was great. This next coming month on November 9th, we're gonna do Teachers Are Super, and we're gonna bring in 10 different types of soup, and then we're gonna have the teachers vote on which ones they like the best, kind of get, so if mom and kiddo wants to make soup, bring it in, and we'll probably reach out to the people that are making their soup so we can label it and get it all ready to go beforehand.
I didn't
So,
know there was going to be an election involved. I need to step up my
Yeah,
suitcase.
exactly. Secret's gonna be
A little secret stuff.
Yeah.
So then, the annual holiday luncheon is gonna be on December 8th. That's right, Thursday, December right?
I think that's correct.
And then we're working on who's going to cater that one. So we're all in the works. But we've reached out to the committee. We've got some really good interest, and it's been going well.
I saw that. It's got a good representation on that committee.
I had a question. When do we bring, if I wanted to bring in a soup for teachers or super, what day is that?
So that's going to be November 9th, and we sent out a sign up, but I'll make sure that we have it posted on the Facebook page too. Okay.
Because I make a really good chicken tortilla soup.
Well,
Ooh.
fantastic.
Okay, I'll take that one off my list.
Nobody else like that,
So yeah, so November 9th, we'll just want it here probably by 10 is when we'll probably start setting up. And if you have a crock pot, right, and bring it. If not, we're gonna try and get some people to bring extra ones, so we have it too, so. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
What day was that?
That's November 9th, it's a Wednesday. Is that okay?
Yeah.
The thing, I was like, I was gonna say,
I will not be able to try tortilla soup. Some other time it's fine.
I think I'll
Okay.
maybe we'll say.
Have someone bring you
I think they have I don't know, they're all asking me something.
Yearbook, I know Lindsay, if she were here, she would just say, keep sending in pictures. She created an email to send pictures. Does anybody remember off the top of their head what that email is?
Few photos at Gmail. I'll put it in the minutes too.
Okay, yes, it's creekviewphotos@gmail.com. So if you are at your child's helping out in class or doing anything and you get pictures, if you just send them to creekviewphotos@gmail.com and just maybe in the email include the names of the kids or what they were doing, what class. I know Lindsay will appreciate this for your book.
And she did say she's working on a flyer to go home hopefully Monday
Okay.
about the cover contest.
Oh, okay, great.
So I actually just spoke with her within the last hour or so. What she wants to try is have the fourth grade teachers look at all the entries and then whittle it down to 2 and then have the fourth grade students vote on the cover on election day as well. So it looks like fourth grade's going to be voting on about 5 different things.
Very good.
You know
A lot
what?
of election practice.
Real life,
Get them
yeah.
ready. That's right.
Real life experience.
On that website, is it a capital V or no? Just-
For the email?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. creekviewphotos@gmail.com. Yeah, doesn't matter what case it's in. Book fair. So Leah's not able to be here, but the fall book fair is going to be right around Grandparents' Day, right around before and after Thanksgiving. Setup is going to be November 17th. The preview day will be November 18th. Sales, book fair sales will actually be Monday, November 21st and November 22nd. As previously mentioned, that November 22nd is also Grandparents' Day. We will need all the volunteers we can get on that day, but there will be sign-ups sent out. And then after Thanksgiving, sales will continue on November 28th and 29th. And then we typically pack it all up that afternoon on the last day, which looks like will be the 29th. The theme this year is pirates. Looks like she was able to borrow pirate decorations from Southwood Valley. And as far as volunteers go, Ms. Glockson is also coordinating with Aggie volunteers that typically help out. And then we will send out volunteer signups once the Aggie volunteers have we figured out how much they're going to be able to help. So any questions about book fair?
She'll need lots of volunteers for Grandparents.
Yes. Grandparents' Day is the biggie, and typically also the PTO, we help out with signing people in and giving them stickers. So like we said, we have lots of volunteers that day. Family Fun Night, which is Stacy Moore. Jen left too. Is there anybody else on the Family Fun Night committee?
I'm on the committee and I talked to Stacy, although I was on the committee when they had their meeting.
Okay. Okay, and I've talked with Stacy also. The Family Fun Night is formerly known as Showcase. We kind of changed the name because the event has changed a little bit. So we wanted the name to be a little bit, first of all, able for people to understand what it really is, because the last couple of years we've started doing more of like a STEM night and having lots of activities like that available. So we changed the name to Family Fun Night. It will be March 3rd, I believe, Thursday, March 3rd.
I think it's the 2nd, March 2nd.
Is it?
Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the second.
Okay, Thursday, March 2nd. So they're that first Thursday in March. And I believe from 6 to 8. They had their first committee meeting last week, but there is still room for more members. So if you are interested in helping out with that, I know with that committee would definitely be the more the merrier. Some of the, last year we kind of had a hard time getting pre-orders for food. So what we're looking at doing this year, which I thought was an excellent idea, is having food trucks.
Yeah.
And getting some food trucks to come out and I guess maybe parking in that bus lane. And then we wouldn't really need pre-orders and families would be able to have a variety of different options. And so I'm excited about that. I think that'll be a lot of fun, especially with the whole food truck trend. She's also working with Miss Heritage to coordinate with the third grade program. Third grade will be performing a program that night. Oh, first grade. Oh, okay. It's gonna be first grade now. Either way, it's me. Yeah, the first grade will be performing that evening and she'll be working with Miss Heritage to figure out what the theme is to possibly coordinate that. Teacher involvement. She was thinking also about a way to see if teachers wanted or even interested in getting involved that night as towards doing either a project or
Project to show off?
either a project to not to sell, I think more to show off or to have, if they wanted to have activities. So she was interested in just putting feelers out to see what maybe.
I know that in the past it's been kind of just to make sure there's some kind of something to showcase in terms of what have we been working on. As far as having some kind of activity might be tough to coordinate. I mean, I'm sure they always could do that individual basis if there's a teacher who is able to. But that way, even if, conflicts arise in terms of the night not working out for the teachers, they can still have something out, outside the classroom to display so that even if, the students are going to come to Family Fun Night, and even if the teacher's not going to be able to be there, they can still say, come look at my classroom so I can show you what we've been working on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So she just kind of wanted to get some feelers out there and see. So maybe I'll also let her know to maybe get in touch with you too and see, how y'all could maybe work together. Okay. Something else, we'll still be doing the silent auction, which is something we've done in the past where the teachers offer up some kind of activity, typically like a one-on-one activity to do. Some grade levels do movie with the teachers, some do picnics, different things like that. I know the students really love it, and then the parents get to a silent auction, get to bid on that. They're still planning on doing that. And then also something they talked about was doing goodie bags for the first 50 to 75 families. Maybe getting some businesses around town to donate coupons or any little giveaway goodies they might have. So I thought that was kind of a neat way to encourage more families to come. And she will start sending out save the date flyers in January. So, is there anything else that y'all talked about that you wanted to add?
So I'm going to jump in here with, we have a couple of staff members who are taking on some leadership duties that are attempting to create a parent night in February. Nothing's been finalized at all in terms of what's going to happen, but this would be more about almost like staff development for parents. So things like games to play at home with your child, or
Can we learn that?
How to teach addition and subtraction sideways. Miss Cervic might even do her self-control lesson that she teaches to the kids with adults. So they're exploring some options. They went to Southwood Valley with me this week to look at a parent night that Southwood Valley put on. And so just know that that's also a strong possibility. We put it on the calendar for February 9th, which is a Thursday. I'm loath to say it's a 100% definite. They've already started talking to staff members about who's interested in helping and so on. I think it's going to happen. I just don't know how big or how small it's going to be just yet.
Do we have a tentative time?
It would probably be from the 6 to 8 time range.
And yeah, just let us know how we can provide support for that. Moving on, I think that school sponsorships and t-shirts, Elizabeth Gray had set up. T-shirts went out right before Boosters On, and we do still have extra t-shirts for sale in the front office. Short sleeve shirts are $10. And we have extras for kids and adults, and then we also have long sleeve t-shirts that are available for $15. And we are toying with the idea if there's a big interest in the long sleeve t-shirts, because we didn't get a ton of orders for those, but we kind of have a feeling that if the weather ever gets cooler, hopefully today it drops a few degrees, but that and people start seeing the long sleeve shirts, that there might be some more interest. And so we're kind of toying with the idea of possibly doing another order if we kind of feel that it would be warranted. So, and Elizabeth's already starting on t-shirt ideas for next year, so she's on the ball. Room parents, I think she also headed up room parents. I believe those have all been sent out yet now, and so room parents have been sent out for grade levels and to each teacher, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as I know I got my email.
Yeah. And it included in there has the teacher favorites and the list of other parents who would like to help. So, and then Ms. Coster, to you, the teachers.
I have nothing specific, just, big thank you, because, the one thing I brought up last time with the copies, we've already seen that you guys have, recognized that was a request. And I mean, I know at my grade level, Minnesota came and said, they made our copies. I mean, it's something that seems small, but it really does, it makes a huge difference, because that lets us have the time where we plan together, more meaningful in terms of the conversation, and not have to worry about that part. So it is very much appreciated.
Well, good. On that note, I think that wraps up everything planned. Mr. Cyril, is that how you say your name?
Yes.
How do I say
Like
it?
pearls.
Oh, Pearl. Okay, thank you. Did you want to talk a little bit about, we talked about the Watchdog a little bit before you got here.
Yeah. The Watchdogs program, it's a national program, started out of Arkansas, and it provides fathers, male figures, an opportunity to volunteer at a school. Started off kind of with dads just being concerned about safety at school. So there's shirts, they're identifiable to the kids. They're announced on the morning announcements, and then they go around the school just making sure things are safe. They'll go into children's classrooms and help out as the teacher has needs, like go to library, go to physical, the PE building. We just moved here from San Antonio, and my daughter's 2 schools, they're in 2 different schools. It's very popular, and a lot of dads, I think the first kind of kickoff where they were trying to recruit dads to come out, we had like 250 dads interested in participating. So it's a really neat event. The kids love it. Typically there's like a bulletin board with dads that have volunteered. It's kind of a Watchdog Hall of Fame. And so kids really are excited about that. And as a dad, there's Marty and I here, guys really don't know how to engage with the school, but through the Watchdog program, like there's sometimes with fundraisers or different things, there's things that need to get built, and you get tapped into the Watchdogs to do that. So I can send you the information if you want to distribute. Oh, you got it. Okay,
yes.
Cool.
I would say, you met with Mr. Duran, I think, earlier in the year, and he brought it to me. And Carla had also, the school they had been at had done something similar.
Yeah, it was like the dad's program, so they did some other stuff, but similar to that.
But things were kind of crazy with the beginning of the year and Boosters On and all that. So I think it's something we're definitely interested in seeing how we could maybe make that work for our school. So we might try to have a separate meeting about that with y'all, and then we can maybe put something out.
So what I mentioned to Mr. Searles, and I'll mention to the group, anytime we can get volunteers into the school, we're appreciative. And the fact of an elementary school life is that there aren't as many male figures, both in the building and so on. So it's a unique opportunity. I expressed a few concerns about some of the roles that this program had mentioned for the adults. I tend to see it more as helping with things like dismissal and arrival and so on. But in terms of inside the building, I think it's more of an academic type of help and a role model type of help for the students, because we have plenty of students who could use good role models of any type, male, female, whatever. But we don't have as many male role models on our campus. And again, that's elementary life. So that's kind of where I would see the greatest benefit for our campus is being that good male role model, helping out in a classroom, helping out outside and inside and so on. So I like the idea immensely, and I'm fully on board with fleshing it out, figuring out how it's going to work on this campus. One thing that wasn't mentioned, the program that Mr. Searles is talking about does have a cost associated with it. To me, that's neither good nor bad. It's just what it is. There is a small cost associated with it. I think it was like $400 or $500 startup kind of fee to get some materials in. I would be fine, providing that money if PTO is interested in providing that as well. I don't know if that's something we want to be as organized as that or not. But I think that we should definitely sit down and figure out how to make that happen here for a lot of positive reasons.
Yeah, I did too.
No other reason than that?
Daddy-daughter dance. I think that would be me.
You have a dad's feats of strength. My dad's stronger than your dad. And we could have a board. That'd be fun. The kids would cheer it on for sure.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness. Yeah.
I would lose.
Yeah, Matthew lives at the gym.
He lives in start seeing a lot of dads at the gym. Yeah. But yeah, so
we'll talk right after the meeting.
Sounds good.
Set up a
maybe
date
schedule
to talk.
something. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else anybody had questions about or wanted to talk about?
You could always go back and play it to your heart's
Yep.
delight.
Watch it over.
And I was thinking while we were doing this, I think one thing that might be helpful next time we do the live broadcast is maybe we could somehow attach the agenda to it so that parents could kind of follow along. And I know a lot of times I'm referring to something that's on here and I might not have said exactly what that is.
And I mentioned earlier that if anyone's actually watching, they could be typing questions. And
Yes.
I forgot to even look to check to see if anyone's had a burning
So
question.
we might
Why
need
didn't
to
you answer me?
assign somebody to sit there and
Be in charge of
maybe kind of monitor it and maybe even turn the camera so you could see people who are talking and not just us the whole time.
What's that? There is a comment section that they could be typing in that I just haven't looked at.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So if
Somebody
y'all did type a question, we will respond to you. Since we obviously are not doing that during the feed.
One
But
last thing, if you guys need something for the newsletter for November, go ahead and send it my way so I can start formatting it. I'll take the notes that you send out, Carrie, and kind of go through that. But if there's anything extra that y'all want to put in there, go ahead and let me know.
I know you're usually waiting on me, so I'll try to start
Yeah,
on
send
that
me your
too.
letter.
I guess I was Carrie with the agenda. I'm always the last one. But I just want to thank everybody for being here. Like Mr. Duran said at the beginning, I love that. It seems like each meeting we're seeing new faces, and that is really exciting. And thank you to everybody if you watched live or if you're watching the recording. So, yeah.
Is there a committee sign up here? I know I saw an email go out. But
Yes, I brought them over there. So if you want to add it